Okay, I'm not actually entirely sure what to do here, but remove Mr. House as a threat to the NCR. That's what it says to do. I'm not entirely sure how to do that. There's this computer terminal here. And, okay, I accessed it. I don't know what it's going to do. Open antechamber. Yes.
Targeting.
Oh. Well, at least I am glad that I have a Deathclaw here to help me with this. Where has he gone? Oh, he's here. How are you? You're only even slightly damaged. Okay. It didn't say I couldn't do that.
Still searching.
I'm very confused. Maybe they're confused too because they're not actually going after me at the moment.
Still searching.
Alright, he has very bad protection on these computers. Unlock.
Still searching. Still searching.
Alright, before I go down there, I'm just gonna check one more time on
Still searching.
my friend over here. My multiple puppers. This guy. He's doing... Alright, he's not doing okay, but that's fine.
Still searching.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't doing the house ending yet anyway, just I've never... Well, alright. I don't know where he's doing or what he's... What is here? Oh. This is Mr. House. Being kept alive by the machine. I see. Oof. Is there anything else I can do? Wait, there was a thing there. No, can't talk to him. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to open this.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone.
Oof. Wow. Could say it's just business. Yeah.
If personal gain, what you sought, should have done as asked.
I won't be able to control anything, but I'll let you live.
No! Don't disable Cerebral! I'd rather be killed. Just kill me.
Alice Rackman would be unable to control subsystems. Yes? Okay. What is this note that they added? Hold on. And Soul's provider of New Vegas Strip industrialist technologist, founder of Prison CEO of all the important places. Mankind's only hope for long-term survival. Mrs. House is passing away most on the death knell for the entire human race. Lost forever is his bounty of knowledge concerning human longevity, depth and breadth of which could, as he was apt to say, fill several textbooks. He was not exaggerating, though he did not achieve his goal of functional immortality. Let us forget that he died at the age of 261. How many people do that? I mean, come on. Also lost forever our house's singular personality, force of will, wisdom, leadership ability. Probability of equally capturing figure emerging, population to leave mankind in the future of equivalent qualities less than that in percent by objective measures too complex to detail in his obituary. Personality and force of will, born June 25th, 2020. House was orphaned at an early age when his parents died in a freak accident, autogyro lightning. Though cheated of his inheritance, House attended a prestigious institute in... I messed it up because my mouse moved. Leadership, Mr. House survived the Great War, of course, when later recruited the three families, negotiate the Treaty of New Vegas, and rebuild the Strip. Blah blah blah. We'll revise and finish this up later. Have set the age of death to update automatically. Oh, so this is just the automatic update to this. Have set a age of death to update automatically. Obit makes salient points but pearls before swine. Of course, let's hope the ingrates never have cause to read it. Who knows how many of them are even literate. Oh, he wrote this himself. How do I put him back in his box? Oh. Well, I guess I don't. Okay. So, that gave me another quest. Return to Yes Man. Oh no. Oh, it was change in management. That's what it was. Okay. Welp. Bye-bye.
Targeting.
There's some sort of fighting going on. Probably with the... yeah, the puppies. I don't know where they are. This might be bad. Oh no, they don't care? They just run. Okay. Very strange. Okay, so with Mr. House out of the way, that means that the third unknown quantity in the mixed is no longer
Smart move
there.
for the Kings to back down. They didn't know who they were messing
And basically the only real threat would be either Brotherhood of Steel or, well, obviously the Legion. And the reason I didn't side with Mr. House is that Mr. House only really, like, he's in it for himself. He's not really in it for anyone else. And not that the NCR is really all that great around the others, but the NCR will keep as many people safe as they can. The House doesn't really care about keeping people safe. He's, yeah, just, it's very selfish, very self-serving. You know, think about, he's just like a body mummified and barely alive inside of that tank there. It's all about him, really. At least that's how I see that sort of thing happening. Like, none of these factions here are really, really super good. Besides maybe the followers of the Apocalypse, but they don't have enough power to be a full-on faction that you can follow and end the game with, unfortunately.
Report. Is Mr. House still a threat?
He won't be a problem. He's disconnected from the system.
But he's still alive? I'll have to remember to send someone to follow up on that later. Anyway, at least he's out of the picture for the time being. You might be happy to know that your efforts haven't gone unnoticed either. The brass have been throwing around the idea of having the president visit the dam for a while now, to rally the troops and boost morale and such. With our recent achievements, they finally feel secure enough to stage the damn thing. But while it's being planned, I have one last mission for you. Several years ago, we managed to wrest the Helios 1 solar power station from the Brotherhood of Steel chapter local to this area. It was a crushing victory, but no one's heard a peep from the Brotherhood since. Most people assume the Brotherhood is scattered and not a threat. Recently, we've had scouts go missing in an area west of Helios, and I'm concerned that the Brotherhood is involved. I want you to find them, and once you do, finish them for good. Any questions?
I thought the Brotherhood were all wiped out at Helios 1. How could they have survived?
After the battle, we consolidated our hold on the plant before pursuing our enemies. It was a mistake, to be sure, but there wasn't really any place for them to go. When we finally gave chase, however, they had simply vanished. Some of our people think they had some means of conveyance, like the vertibirds the Enclave used, and hightailed it out of here. I think that they found some place to hide close to Helios, and never went that far at all. Any other questions?
Any peaceful way to resolve
Don't
this?
even think about it. Any Brotherhood survivors likely harbor a deep grudge against us. We can't afford to leave such an enemy alive. Any other objections? Maybe you'd like to bring the Brotherhood some flowers.
No, ma'am.
Just-
Alright, so...
I need to talk to you about something, if you have a minute.
Oh, sure, Arcade. We'll just talk through this wall here. That's fine.
Any day now? Caesar's going to try to march across Hoover Dam and kick NCR out of the Mojave. We're getting caught up in something important out here. Hell, after how you handled Benny, you're practically right in the middle of all this. I know I'm just along for the ride, but it's made me think about the past, and how I might be able to help out.
What are you talking about?
I wasn't always with the followers, or with the NCR. My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave, a remnant of America's pre-war government. Memories being short around here, not a whole lot of people remember them. But they did bad things. Terrorized communities, kidnapped people. Eventually someone stopped them. I was born a few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro.
Where'd the Enclave go?
A lot of different places. I only know what I was told. Some of them were cut down by the NCR and the Brotherhood. Some of them went east. My mother never told me what happened to my father, but she and I went south with some others and integrated into the NCR. When the NCR learned that Enclave personnel had integrated, they kept moving to the fringes. It's one of the reasons why I wound up out here.
What happened to Navarro?
After the Enclave's command structure fell apart, it was only a matter of time before Navarro was overrun by NCR forces. My mother and I left with some of the troopers from my father's old unit, the same people I've kept in contact with over the years. Anyone who didn't get out was killed by the NCR. Even some of the ones who escaped were eventually hunted down by the Brotherhood of Steel.
Where are you going with all this?
The Enclave did a lot of bad things, but there were good people in Navarro. Good people with a lot of experience. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think they can make a difference in the fight against Caesar.
Do you want them to help the NCR?
That's a hard question to answer. I know I don't want the Legion to take Hoover Dam. So militarily, yes, I want them to help NCR. If possible, I'd like to figure out a way to help the NCR win Hoover Dam without holding New Vegas.
Say no more, I'll do it.
Great. I'd like you to talk to the old-timers, the remnants. I don't think I can convince them by myself. To them, I'm still a kid. But you're a big part of what's happening out here. When you talk to them, they'll understand how important this all is. I've kept in contact with them over the years, so I know where you can find them. But I doubt they'll open up to you unless I come along. I know I'm not always the most serious guy around, but this means a lot to me. Thanks.
Okay, so we finally got Arcade's mission. I didn't know exactly when it happened. I knew it happened somewhere in the storyline, as long as you don't side with the Legion, but...
Smart move for the Kings to back down. They didn't know
So,
who they were messing with.
now we can get Arcade's assistance with the final battle that's going to happen. Eventually. And we can do this a couple ways with Arcade, and I'm not quite sure which one I want to take. It's hard to say, really. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. This is the guy who literally straight up said that he worked with the Enclave, but he's in Jacobstown with surrounded by super mutants who really don't care about all that. He's the guy that helped us with Rex's brain.
Destroy!
Alright. I don't know what was going on with that. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure what companion I want to focus on after Arcade, but
Bother someone else. I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm not even talking to you, dude. I'm here for this guy.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Arcade Gann has asked me to gather all the former members of the Enclave in the Mojave.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. I'll be handing things over to Calamity, so talk to her if anything comes up. Oh, you'll need my word from the passphrase to get into the bunker. Friends. Don't forget it.
Goodbye.
Yes, yes.
Doc Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both. A regular Diogenes. I'm not sure what the man was after. Knowledge is power, but to what end for Henry, I have no idea. The problem was what mattered to him, not its practical impact. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
His work was what mattered to him.
Not everyone dreams of being a revolutionary, I suppose. Maybe we can't all change the world. Maybe it's enough just to do good for the short time that we're here. No one's going to sing Doc Henry's praises when he's gone. But he's probably saved more lives than I ever will.
Arcade's having some thinky thoughts. Because this is, obviously, because this is his personal quest, it's going to change a lot of what's going on with him. Obviously, it's going to change his ending and what he does, what he will do. It's like with Boone. The things that you say to him will affect what he will choose to do. And I don't remember exactly.
Spies all over.
Yeah, okay, dude. So anyway, which one is the close one? This one. Where am I going with this? Where is he? In here? No, that's Boone's room. This one? I guess it's this one. Well, there's blood in here. Hi.
Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all.
You were a pilot?
Vertibird pilot. 71 missions and only lost one chopper. Rotor malfunction over Klamath. Hard landing, but I walked away.
What do you do in Novak?
I help folks strip down the more complicated bits of salvage they bring in. Engines mostly. The bits and pieces we take out are usually worth more than the whole thing put together.
Did you fly for the NCR?
4? No, not exactly. It was a long time ago. Things are a lot different these days, and those days are way behind me.
Yeah, not trying to talk about being part of the Enclave. Anyway, Arcade asked me to find you. I'm reuniting the remnants, and they'll need your piloting skills.
Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there. My part of the passphrase is dear.
How did you like flying vertibirds for the Enclave?
I was never happier than when I was in the cockpit. I was able to go just about anywhere and everywhere, limited only by the fuel I could carry. There were more than a few missions where I took the scenic route home just so I could stay in the air. Caught hell for it every time, but worth it. Some of the things we did were questionable, I know. That's just how it was back then. Figure I've done enough good to make up for any sins, anyhow.
Goodbye.
Watch your 6 out there.
Arcade? Alright. Arcade's probably gonna talk with me after I talk with him.
Since my
There it
mother
is.
died, Daisy's been the only woman in my life.
We'll just talk through a Deathclaw then,
She was
it's
the
fine.
only other woman close to my father, too. She flew him out on over a dozen missions, including his last. I've always been close to Daisy. There have been some good men along the way, but lovers make poor confidants. Daisy never had children of her own, so she was always there to listen.
Aww.
Being in the Enclave didn't mean much to her. She just loved to fly. It broke her heart to be grounded.
See, the things I'm saying here are going to affect Arcade, and I want to say the first one, but I don't think it's the ending that I want for Arcade. That's the thing. I guess some people can't stop reliving their glory days.
Not much glory in the Enclave. Most of her old comrades are long gone. I know life as a salvager can't compare to being a vertibird pilot, but at least it's a life. That has to count for something.
Well, you'll notice, like, it's talking about whether or not someone will stand up to fight when last time, or not, I guess. And it's, that's kind of what his ending talk is going to be about, I think. And yes, this does say Cannibal Johnson's Cave. That is correct. That is what it said. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. There are traps in here. Hi.
Well, it's about damn time. What took you... Oh.
Oh?
I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now. And I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now.
You sound like you're eager to die.
There's a twitch in my trigger finger. I've lost my eagle eyes, and the other day I could have sworn I heard Sergeant Dornan chewing me out. I'm old, and I'm starting to feel it. It's not pleasant, especially when you know your mind's slipping away. And we all gotta go sometime. But I was hoping for something a little more heroic.
Here's Sergeant Dornan.
He was a drill instructor I knew. He was also the meanest bastard I've ever known. Once he caught this private out of uniform, and old Dornan went off on the most ear-blistering rant known to man. It was inspiring.
You served in the military?
Yeah. It was a long time ago. Things were better back then.
Uh-huh. Tell me about yourself.
What do you want to know?
So are you a cannibal?
I'm not saying. It's part of my mystique, after all.
Notice he has cans of cram and stuff back there. So, probably not. Sounds like there's an interesting story behind it.
The truth of it is that I did cut out a raider's heart. But only took a bite to mess with his buddies. They had me surrounded, and I went with the first thing that came to mind. Some ran, and the rest were startled just long enough.
You live out here by yourself?
Sure do. Had a wife for a while. Tribal girl. Really pretty eyes. But she's been gone a long time now.
I don't have any more questions. Let's talk.
Ain't like I've got places to be.
Arcade asked me to gather all the remaining members of the Enclave in the Mojave.
Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about then?
He thinks your experience with technology will help resolve the conflict in this region.
Well, now there's an interesting idea. Do a bit of good before we're all dead and forgotten. You can count me in. Oh, and in case Arcade forgot to mention it, there's a 5-word passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My word is old. Appropriate, huh?
If I had to pick anyone who didn't belong in the Enclave, it would definitely be Johnson. He hated what the Enclave was doing. Day to day, week to week, he would question orders, subvert mission objectives, do anything he could to serve without serving. It's amazing he was never court-martialed. He always had good things to say about my father. Said I was like him in a lot of ways. I wish I knew.
Why worry about it? You don't have to be your father.
I grew up without him. I'll always feel like something is missing from my life, but you're right. It's not like I'm the only kid in the wasteland who's grown up without a dad. Johnson always said my father was a good man. If that's the only thing about me that's like him, that's enough for me.
Yeah. That's good. Alright. One of these jerks that we're gonna find is gonna be a jerk. I just realized what I said and realized how dumb it was. One of the people we're going to find is going to be a jerk. I don't know if it's this one or another one. Where is this at? Thing is, I don't actually know. West side, okay. Or not this way, I guess. Alright. I don't actually think I've been here before, to be honest. There's... Hi.
Anything new happening?
Mean son of a bitch.
Hi.
Hi. Who are you?
Myself, Abish.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure is unmarked. Goodbye. Hi again.
What's a super mutant like you doing in a place like this?
I wash my bones with Sippy. I have Pogo. Phoebe's a rope. Goodbye. Hi again.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Alright.
Welcome to Casa Madrid. Cheapest, cleanest whores in all New Vegas. If you want to know the rates for Poon, talk to the whores.
Is this apartment building yours?
Yep, For years now. Guess I should be calling it Casa Marco or something, but I haven't changed the signs. Folks who can't pay their way onto the strip need a place to stay too. And when Pretty Sarah set her whores up here, Casa went full service.
I have questions about your tenants.
Like who?
Never mind.
All right,
I
then.
don't have any questions then. Goodbye.
Catch you later then.
I hear reports of Legion raiding parties all over the place. They can't all be rumors. When I talk to a girl, I start the conversation, and I didn't start no conversation with you.
What do you do around here?
Me and Dermot work salvage around New Vegas.
Uh-huh. Tell me about Dermot, your partner.
What do you even mean? He's Dermot. Dermot knows how to work salvage better than any man I ever met. Doesn't go asking questions all day, neither.
Alright.
Fuck off.
I just wasn't even doing anything.
I got nothing you need. If it's ass you're looking for, talk to Pretty Sarah.
What do you do around here?
Me and my partner St. James work salvage around West Side, that's all.
Why is your partner called St. James?
Because it's his name. He may be high-strung, but he's all right. Hauls his half a scrap, which is all I need.
Alright.
Yeah, beat it.
Weirdos.
Mark my words.
West Side Co-op. Fresh produce. Hi.
Hi there. Welcome to the West Side Co-op. I'm Clayton Etienne. Let me know if you have any questions.
What do you have for... Oh, tell me about the co-op.
It might not look like much, but it's what keeps us West Side locals independent. We started it a few years ago. I admit we had a lot of trouble at first, but eventually we got some help from Tom Anderson with the followers. We're finally to the point where the co-op members can start making money from sales instead of just breaking even.
What's your story?
Well, I've lived in Nevada all my life. Started out in New Reno, but headed down here as soon as I got the chance. If you can believe it, things are even worse back home. The whole city's still run by crime families. It used to be the Mordinos and Wrights. Now it's the Wrights and Van Graffs. Seems like things never got better. Anyway, that's all behind me now.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Alright.